Hi, Joan. Welcome back.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How are you feeling today?
The usual, pretty alright, I guess. You know, school's been a drag. We just had spring break, so I guess we're just coming off of that and back to the regular norm, the normal routine.
Well, tell me a little bit about spring break. That's a whole week off you had, right?
Yeah, really boring. Just not much to do. I felt I was on online. I was on Snapchat and like Instagram, and I saw my friends they all went to the beach, and some people went out with their families and stuff. But I just sat at home and I really didn't do anything. I watched some TV and just kind of really sat around, and then it flew by, and then I just woke up and I had to go back to school already. I didn't do anything.
Like that, so
yeah,
quick.
It was really fast.
Wow. Well, if you don't mind, can you tell me a little bit about when you saw your friends on Snapchat at the beach? What were some thoughts going through your mind?
I guess I was just thinking they're all having fun, and they're living it up in their high school, and it's something I'm not going to ever do. I'm never going to get that back, and I wish I could go and be with them, but then I don't want to. And they invited me, they texted me and said they were going, and one of my friends' parents called my parents and asked if I could go, and I just told them I wasn't allowed, even though my mom said I could go. I didn't really want to go, but I was still kind of jealous seeing them all having fun and kind of just hanging out like we all used to, but now I don't feel like a part of the group anymore.
That's totally understandable, of course. I feel like that's completely human to feel a little jealous, especially when you see people that you're friends with all together and maybe you're at home.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel too great.
No.
So you talked about a little bit about, remember we talked last week about automatic thoughts and how they just kind of pop into your head and it takes a bit to dissect them, and we did the chart.
Yeah, I remember.
So can we go back and think about those? You told me a couple, what seemed like automatic thoughts when you saw your friends.
Popped in my head.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit? And do you think that we could change some of those automatic pop into your head thoughts? Do you think we could change them into I statements?
Sure. I guess we did last week. So when I said they're all having fun, I could just say I'm not having fun. I wish I was having fun. I wish I could go out with them. I don't feel like I'm gonna be happy even if I were there. I don't feel included.
Yeah.
Even though they're trying to include me, I don't feel included, and I feel alone.
Wow, that sounds really tough. That was amazing, though. You just thought of those right on the spot. You were able to kind of transform them into the I statements, is what we were trying to get at.
Yeah.
That's great. Can you tell me a couple of reasons, or maybe why you felt like you didn't want to go to the beach?
Well, I just don't want anybody asking me about how my family's doing or why they haven't seen me out, and kind of why I quit playing soccer, and why I don't want to hang out with anybody anymore. I just didn't want to be interrogated and put on the spot. And my one friend who her parents called my mom, they her whole family's there, her mom and her dad, and I just didn't want to see that. My dad's not here anymore, so I just didn't want to be alone on the trip. Even though I was going to be with them, I still am kind of be kind of alone because she's with her family and all that. So I'd rather just be by myself.
I understand that. Do you still have those this week? Have you still been feeling depressed when it comes to your father and the fact that you haven't really seen him lately?
Yeah, and then definitely, and usually it's just after school when I get home and he's not there, and we would normally hang out. But this whole week, because we would normally do something over spring break, he would take me somewhere, or the whole family would go somewhere. But he's not here anymore, so basically that whole week was just really boring, and so it just made me more sad and more depressed and down than I normally am. I mean, he called me, but I didn't really want to talk to him. So it's if you really want to come home, just come home.
So you're saying even though he reached out to you, it wasn't the same as him actually being there and spending spring break with you.
Right.
I understand that. That must have been really hard. You must have had a lot of different feelings going through your head at that point. And I feel a lot of times with depression, it creates such a lack of energy, and you might feel a little overwhelmed. that it can get really tough to deal with some things.
Exactly.
I remember we were talking about, now that you're back at school, that sometimes when you come home from school, you don't really have that much, you don't feel like you have that much to do. Do you still kind of feel like, you just started back at school 2 days ago, but do you kind of still feel like that?
Yeah, I just, at least at school I have something to do. And like I'm around people and people are always talking to me and it kind of keeps my mind off of everything. Like when I go home, I have stuff to do and, like at school I have like work I should be doing and, I'm like really busy going places and, my friends still eat with me at lunch, so it's not like I'm by myself. And they just keep me distracted, so it's fine. But then as soon as I get home, I just like go home and there's like my house and it's just me there, like no one's there. Normally my dad would be there, so I just kind of, then I remember like, oh, he's not coming home, he's not here. And I get sad again and then depressed and then I don't have anything to do. And it's just really funny that you said that. Like then I start feeling overwhelmed because I'm just like, I have nothing to do, I'm so sad, and I'm just really like started feeling like depressed and I just, then I just don't do anything. I just like sit there on the couch.
Wow. You don't do anything?
Not really.
Find them,
Not really. I mean, I guess I make sandwich sometimes.
Yeah, get hungry.
Yeah.
That sounds really tough, but I think I might have a chart that we can work on. I know I'm always throwing these different charts at you, but hopefully, just sometimes when, like I said, when people get depressed, they feel a lack of energy. I have a chart that might help you through that. And I was wondering if maybe we could start filling it out today, and then come next week, we can see what you have. I just does that sound okay?
Yeah, the charts have been helpful because I can see everything like on writing. Like I can see kind of like the automatic thought thing. I can see like what I'm thinking and how it like works with me. So I like the charts.
Awesome. Okay, well that's good. Okay, so this is a chart. It's called the weekly activity schedule. Okay. Now, what time do you usually go to school in the morning?
Like 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
What time do you come home?
Like 2.
Okay. So would you say for that amount of time you have stuff to do at school, you see the people you want to see, that's not really the problem times that we're thinking about, right? Okay, so from 7 to 2, we're just going to start the chart at 2 p.m. when you come home. Okay. That sound good? Yeah. Okay. So basically, it's every day of the week, so we can start today, just to write down some things that you did.
Okay.
So it's Tuesday. So what I'd want you to do is that you're going to put an M for mastery, and that sounds kind of funny. It's just the degree of accomplishment from whatever task. This sounds confusing.
Yeah.
So let's say you made a sandwich, right?
Okay. Yeah.
How accomplished on a scale of 1 to 10 did you feel? Let's say you made that sandwich at 2 p.m.
Right.
Did you feel making that sandwich, that you got something done on a 1 to 10?
Oh, like a 10.
A 10?
I make awesome sandwiches.
Fantastic.
And I'm usually starving when I get home from school.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah, I love, and I just make it in my sleep because I like pretty much feed myself a sandwich every day after school.
There you go. So you look forward to eating that sandwich.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, that's so good. So at 2 p.m., what you do is you write, made a sandwich.
Okay.
And then you write M ... 10.
Okay.
Okay. And then the next one is pleasure. So the amount of enjoyment you had when you made that sandwich. 1 to 10.
Like an 8.
Like an 8?
Yeah.
You really look forward to that
sandwich. Yeah, I love those sandwiches.
Well, good for you. You have something to look forward to. 2 p.m. every day. So you'd write P and then ... 8.
Okay.
Okay? And then this sounds like a lot of stuff to do, but I just want you to try it, all right? Okay. You're going to, let's say you read a magazine or turn on the TV. I want you to write the time, write how much you feel accomplished on a scale of 1 to 10 from reading that magazine. And you're going to write that and how much pleasure you get. And now it's okay if it varies. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to kind of see where you're at. Okay. So let's say if you watch TV and you feel like you haven't gotten anything accomplished, that's okay. But if it brings you a lot of pleasure and joy watching the TV a little more than usual, I want you to write that down. Because I just want to see where you're at with your depression and how many things that you think that you actually are getting done without even realizing it. And then we could just reflect on that next week.
Okay.
before we head out, I just wanted to let you know that I think it's awesome how aware you are of yourself and how mindful you are of that, because that's something that's very hard for a lot of people to do. You're able to, just the fact that you can take those automatic thoughts and turn them into I statements, and you're very reflective, and that's so wonderful.
Thank you.
So that's something you should really be proud of yourself about. You're doing great. I'm a tiny bit concerned that maybe you're a little bit too mindful of yourself. I don't want you to get overwhelmed thinking that you're not doing enough or just getting too into that feeling. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for the rest of the week, I want you to just try this chart out. Let me know how you feel next week, and we can review it. And I look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay, me too. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye.